right there would be why. I have to actually unmute the microphone. So hey guys, sorry I was saying I wasn't expecting anybody to come out quite so quickly. So hello. I'm happy to see everybody. Thanks for coming out. And yeah, it helps when I'm not a dumbass is generally the problem. So I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit because it looks like it's clipping. Okay, so how's the volume now? So I'm running 3 Jerrys and Jin. It's the team that I did the video on the other night, on Friday night. And I've yet to lose a battle with this team. Like for 2.5 or 2 days, whatever. Hey, what's up, Super Rocco? Super Rocco. Jesus. I gotta throw some runes on my roster so it gets my roster power back up, so I'm fighting tougher people. Because right now I'm just like steamrolling everything. I still get some hard opponents, some really hard opponents. A little bit earlier I beat like a 6,200 rune power team in like 2 rounds. So I'll show you guys this team in case you haven't seen the other video, which of course you have, but I'll just refresh everybody's memory on it. So these are my Jerrys. I'm actually using the Healer Jerry. And on the Healer Jerry, he's fast, he's honor bound. The important stats are fast, honor bound, and Shard of Darkness, which gives foresight. The bonus is that I heal the lowest hit point ally each turn. I have the Valken lead by example, which I don't use very often, but it's nice when it does come around. And I've got From the Ashes, which starts powered. So I was thinking originally about not using that, but I was like, whatever. I think of the options, it was the only one that was decent. And it's actually come back in, and because like he'll die and then just pop right back up, and then can res somebody else. Yeah, I do. So I've got this. This one has foresight and honor bound, which the honor bound is a big part of this team. Because Jin gives 50% damage resistance to all honor bound heroes. My whole team is honor bound, so they like can take massive amounts of damage without falling. On top of everything else, my runes, like I'm very heavily, although this is actually pretty balanced on this hero, but I'm pretty heavily on the attack and on that. I've got Emily's res, stout team, which is just great. 100%, basically 200% damage and 200% defense. Double that for nature allies, which means it's 300%. 300%. Hey, Colby. Yeah. So, stout team, this is a great buff around round 2, I think I can usually drop this. And then Enlightenment is Zen's power, so he's got 5 festives. Nowadays, I'm hoping most people can still muster 5 festives with those blue festives being in the store finally. That was surprising, although they've been selling them for 50 bucks a pop for long enough. So that's my Healer Jerry. He goes first. Tank Jerry is next. The critical abilities on my Tank Jerry. So I've got Foresight on him, Shard of Darkness. Honor Bound, critical. Fast, also pretty critical. The rest of the stuff is just nice to have. Like, Abs of Steel is cool. Scourge Hide, so even if you do get through all of the stacks of Foresight, he still purges 3 debuffs at the beginning of his turn. And then volatile components, if you do manage to kill him, he's still going to deal damage. Very unlikely, though. Because I have 4 Festives on him, which gets me round 1 combustion. So if you guys haven't seen my, I guess it was in the Archon video I went over some of the changes. Or actually, no, it was in the Furnace video. Hey, Pav. So combustion is Furnace's S3. It's going to be your new go-to tool to counter all sorts of stuff. The big thing right now is all my guildmates are having trouble with like all the Lily teams, and I'm assuming it's not just my guildmates. It's a lot of people are struggling with Lily teams. The big thing about Lily is the vines, and then like the damage shield and on all that stuff that just kind of starts stacking up. If you can keep her from being able to cast vines, and you can keep Emily from rezzing, and you can keep somebody else from doing their really annoying thing, the fight's half in the bag already. So what combustion does is it's a melee physical attack for so-so damage, but it does attacks 1 target and then 2 more targets, and it removes all energy from those heroes, and it resets. So even if something starts powered, it resets all abilities to max cooldown. So Lily, it takes 5 energy for her to cast vines, which means you have 6 turns before she can cast vines on you. You got 5 turns before she can cast the thing that gives her evasion. And you've got another 6 turns before she can cast the damage shield. Hey, Deathshot. So yeah, I mean, this combustion is critical. Not just now. Furnace is going to be huge. Like I have a couple of schools of teams that I'm going to be kind of promoting after the event. One of them is the empowerment team, or the enablement team with Jabber that we talked about. I mean, that team is gross. Absolutely gross. It's Jabber, what was it? Jabber and Ponty and I forget what the third one was, and then Jin. I think it might have been Jabber, Ponty, Agnon, Jin is what it was. Just absolutely disgusting. But the other one is going to be a Furnace team, because going round 1 and doing combustion, I might do Zen and Furnace, so that he, no matter what, Furnace will get to do his stuff before anybody else. But I digress. So the combustion is great. Fist of Justice is an awesome ability. I mean, debuff of negative 73% and negative 79% defense, attack and defense. It's a double whammy. Just huge. And then an attack that buffs allies' defense even more. So, once again, the Honor Bound is the key. Shard of Darkness, important. And fast. Those are the 3 critical ones. All the rest of that stuff is gravy. And then finally, I use a caster, Jerry. If you don't have a good caster, like you could get away with just 2 Jerrys, and you could substitute in here Agnon. You could substitute in another Honor-Bound hero. Like you could put Astrid in here, or you could put Deadeye in here. That kind of thing. So, or put Hansuke in there. The key is to have more Honor-Bound heroes. Like, Honor-Bound is so strong. So my caster is fast. Caster really doesn't have to be. It's a nice bonus. I have Electric Feel, which is a chance to shock melee attackers and shock on attack. Not really critical. But Honor-Bound is... Shard of Darkness is... The rest of it doesn't matter. Like your caster, if he had these two things, Honorbound and Sharded Darkness, matter of fact, even just Honorbound. Sharded Darkness is a bonus. But Honorbound means that he's taking 50% less damage. Straight up. And then as far as abilities, all of these stuff is just kind of... I mean, they're all powerful abilities in their own right. It's a Chain Lightning, so I've got 2 Chain Lightnings. Heist, which is Ignis's ability. It's damage, plus it steals buffs and drains an energy. I've spent a lot. We can just kind of leave it at that. I've spent a lot. But I mean, this is... around this event, I haven't spent that much. And this is all just on stuff like these Jerry heroes you can get. I mean, everybody has access to them. Everybody has access to them if you can get the tokens. So, and then Doombolt is kind of the bread and butter of this hero too. Shield piercing and well, my account is definitely strong. There's no doubt about that. I have one of the strongest accounts in the game. Absolutely. I mean, people that have been playing for years don't have some of the stuff that I have. The Jerry's will go away. Now, I would like to see... I'd love to see us able to keep our Jerry's, like keep Jerry's as a hero, but only be able to use one at a time. Because, I mean, think about it. You'd be able to have one kind of wild card on your team. On your offense and your defense. Something that nobody can actually can effectively predict. So, yeah. Being able to have something like that would be awesome. Unfortunately, I don't know if we'll be able to convince them of that. We'll work on it. It's less important right now than making the game playable to people that aren't spending money. So, which I just kind of went off a bit on the devs about the way that about the way that they've been not managing resources and stuff like that. I mean, they're going to end up hurting the game, or they already are, but just really trying to hammer home the point that they need to do something and make the game so that everybody can friggin' play it, not just people like me. But I digress there. And then Jin. So that's the team that I'm working on, or that I'm working with. I've also been screwing around, and here's kind of a fun little alternative that should crack people up. I have everybody in the game fully everythinged. All their max epics, all the ascensions, they're all 6 stars. I don't like having an incomplete roster. So this is a decent team to try this team out on. So I keep these 2, get rid of these 2, and oops, throw in Jabber and Bramble. And for teams that are, or for opponents that aren't hugely powerful, this is still actually a pretty darn good team. And you only need 2 Jerrys then. So I'm still doing the Enlightenment, but I'm doing it on, kind of, yeah. I mean, it's playing to my weaknesses. So I hit a Goblin Dance Party. And then just try for an epic attack. Do my Furnace thing. And because I have 2 Foresights here, even if Valken does his artillery thing, everybody will be fine. Oh, everybody should have been fine. He'll get out of it anyways. Hit Stout Team. So that's a big damage buff. Now here's a big damage debuff. Leveling up is actually pretty simple. It's just a matter of having the resources. just quick loot a bunch. Try to do it in such a way that you're kind of quick looting the dungeons that are going to give you tokens and stuff like that. But leveling up is pretty straightforward. You can also kind of follow along with the daily PV, like the double PV or double experience days, things like that. And you can also use, if you have 6-star heroes, you can always use the Aether boost. I don't know if you have any 6-star heroes or not, but in the Aether shot... Oh, well, yeah, okay, you've been playing for a week, then yeah, it's going to take a little bit. You're doing pretty good being at level 46 in a week. But you can always do the 2x player XP. If you get a 6-star hero. And if you're using, in terms of portals, if you use the Great Summon portal, like, I look at hero drops here, I have nothing, because it's only going to drop heroes you don't have. But this is a great way to get your bronze and silver heroes. But yeah, because you can get your at least one hero up to 6-star this way using only gold. And then after that, you can just farm them for farm dungeons and stuff to get Aether, which will allow you to buy dungeon keys, buy stamina, or buy boosts. And this 2x player XP boost isn't bad. The 2x gold boost isn't bad. The free rune unequip, which I use pretty frequently, isn't bad. So I think those are the only ones that are kind of viable, but let's see. Oh, there's Ninja Nurse. Alrighty. So, Ninja Nurse is a strong player. So, I'm going to take my real team. And Ninja Nurse is in Potato Army. Although I think that account is actually in one of the other Legio Potato or something like that. I don't remember specifically. But, I mean, I've killed her a number of times already with this team. And once again, this is a Lily team. Well, I appreciate that. I try. I mean, I'm one of the only kind of still active YouTubers. I mean, Creepy is. There's probably a few other ones. I mean, well, there's a couple for sure that just aren't very established yet. But so now, because I've done that combustion ability, Lily has no energy, Emily has no energy, Jin has no energy. Nice. So Agnon can still do his thing, not a big deal. Especially since he's dead. Jin died, no big deal, I'll res him right now. And then he comes back with haste. My weekend's been good. How about yours, Deathshot? Aether is another currency that your extra tokens over 6 stars get turned into. So once you get a 6-star hero, any more tokens you get for that hero get converted based on which tier of hero they are into Aether. And that then you can spend it on different stuff. Not that I need a silence, but it'll be, it will help with the damage. If you look at my my channel homepage, he's one of the featured channels. Lots of questions coming in at once. Creepy's channel, you can find it linked on my channel homepage. Some skins give buffs. There's only 4 that do. The Lily skin, the Pontifex skin, the Hansuke skin, and the Drac skin. The Drac skin being the weakest of all of them. It gives a damage bonus, and then once he's at or below 13 hit points, he can't be healed anymore. The Lily skin gives oak form and a bunch of damage resistance in oak form. Aponte skin causes everybody to be diseased, regardless, without it bypassing resistances. And the Hansuke skin keeps him from being frozen. No, unfortunately, that one doesn't give a bonus. So now Doombolt. Anytime you need to kill Emily, Ponte, and or anybody with Doombolt is the way to do it. Just gone. It between the the weakness to dark from light, and the fact that Doombolt does extra damage to armored heroes, just obliterates Emily. And then you just take out Lily. Slowly but surely. Hey, how's it going, Doomguard? So that was a strong player. Just absolutely got obliterated. Another strong player. Or decent. I think that's a fairly strong. I know the name. I'm pretty sure there's. Oh, yeah. 5,900, almost 6,000 rune power. Emily, Agnon, Lily, Jin. Gonna get crushed. This team is so overpowered. I mean, it's good that this is going away after the event. Cobressa. So Cobressa's tokens are going to be harder to get. She's not the hero if you're doing anything with Gorgons. I mean, okay. So the simple answer is for you right now, no. She is a decent hero. She's probably an A-class hero, but she's not an S. She's good with her epic and supported by other heroes. Kozar or Jumbo's better. Jumbo all day. I'm not a huge fan of Kozar. I mean, with tokens and stuff, yeah, go ahead and star her and ascend her. I mean, at level 50, she's not bad. She's not bad at level 80. But she requires a little bit of setup and a little bit of finesse. So now none of the three of them can use it. They have no energy. Hey, Daniel. So not available in dungeons. It actually does drop in dungeons. It drops in, there's that Phoenix thing. It does drop in the Boss Island dungeon. You have to be level 50 to get it. But it is available. All of them will say that. Good way to get new heroes. I mean, the only way is either to run dungeons that give you the tokens, or to use the portals. So if you're lower level or just looking to get silver and bronze tier heroes, you can spend gold, which is a relatively inexpensive. Hey, Lazarus. It's a relatively inexpensive currency, and you can get the bronze and silver heroes using just gold. You can use gems to go against the heroic portal, and you'll get mostly bronze and silver and some gold. And that's one of the things that we desperately need them to start adjusting. So this team, I haven't lost with this team, Deathshot. I mean, I'm not even positive there is a team that could stop this one. And that's just, like I said, for 2 days now, I've been PvPing with this team and haven't even come close to losing. This is the closest I've actually come to losing, ironically. And notice it's not that close. So let's just kill her. I love Ponty. Ponty is so strong. So strong. So that battle right there, you guys just witnessed the closest this team has come to losing. Yeah, Lazarus. I don't know, like a number of you guys just joined in. I'm a boss guide in the Discord chat, which means I get access to a separate chat that has a little bit more direct conversational sort of access with the devs, and we're there to provide feedback and that sort of thing. And I mean that's it. We don't have any special privileges or anything. Just the more likelihood to get heard. And I mean, I just finally just went off, and fortunately, like other people that are in the chat kind of got behind it, and so Golby, that's funny. I mean, they need to fix it. It's getting ridiculous. We've been giving them time and time and time. They need to make the game playable for people that aren't spending money or that are spending little money. Because they're going to lose the people that do spend money. You'll get level 50s because you can get a range of probably 5 to 7 levels around yours. Do I know anything about the Aether Shop? Yes. Kensuke, Archon, Lily, and Jin Lee. I would try to get Jin Lee ascended. And you're gonna, well, at level 45, I mean, Jin is still good at level 45. But, yeah, Jin Lee is probably fine at level 45. I don't know what ascensions he's gonna have, so. It's more than just roster power, though. There's a combination of stuff. And since they reduce the roster power amount, it's made it quite a bit better. Like, I get a huge range of heroes, so probably not. I generally, like, I'll try to stay just in the boss 100 if I'm worried at all, unless I'm going for Legendary Conqueror, which, after doing it twice, I'm kind of like, I'm not going to do it for a while. I just like having fun with the heroes. I like finding the teams. I like finding people that I know and beating them. And then I like putting together videos and showing you guys how to succeed with stuff. So I'm less worried about having an awesome record or being #1 in PvP than I am just finding the good stuff and sharing it. Combustion is awesome. Oh, nice. Tell him I'm sorry I steamrolled him, because I'm about to. Yeah, I mean, I will freely admit this team is overpowered. So overpowered. Like I was saying earlier, it's good that Jerry's aren't sticking around after this event, because, yeah. So broken. And then I get people that are as low as 2,000 rune power, but then I'll get like 6,200 rune power back to back. Like, what is matchmaking smoking? my game is to try to kill Agnon before he comes out of stone form. Alright, so here's the Cobressa team. You were asking about. I mean, Cobressa can work really well in a team like this. They've got everything backwards. I don't know why they have it set up in this order. They should have Zola first. They should have Viperia second, Cobressa third, and Krex last. But, I don't know. The big thing is you want Zola out there to do the stoning early on with her first special, and then follow that up with Viperia doing snakes on the plains, follow that up with the acidic spit, and then Krex can basically, what he will do is he'll follow up, or he'll revenge attacks made on the Gorgons. Oh, jeez, yeah. Rogar, who's trash, Willow, who's so-so, SB, who's still decent, and Stonefist. And the star thing is one of the things we're pushing on, too. I mean, first of all, they don't make tokens accessible enough, period. And then they, by limiting the ascensions, yeah, it's kind of... But that's what I was saying, like, we're pushing hard at this point on the devs to make the game more accessible. It's kind of ridiculous right now. Mighty Gorgons. Invulnerable Gorgons. Shield piercing, cyberatic. I have shield piercing. Well, first of all, that ability is shield piercing. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I mean, free to play, I totally support. And I think that it's completely good that we have free-to-play players, and because it fleshes out the game. Like, you wouldn't have opponents and stuff like that. But I mean, free-to-play players are going to be at a disadvantage. I mean, they should be able to progress, though, is the problem. I mean, if they're not spending money, they shouldn't be at the forefront necessarily, without putting effort in. And potentially lots of effort. Like, there are some players in Skynet. There's about 15 or 17 free-to-play players in Skynet that just manage their resources well and things like that. So there's nothing wrong with free-to-play. There's nothing... I mean, it's hard right now in the current system. You used to be able to be free-to-play and manage your resources well, and you could be really competitive. The whole thing is the money should be... I mean, it needs to be there to support the game. And 46 is great for 1 week. I mean, it's just fine. The game needs to be supported. So, I mean, spending money occasionally is good. People that have a budget, like, can only spend $10 a week or $10 a month or $5 a week or whatever. They're limited on what they can put into it. Should be able to get something decent for the money that they're putting in. They should get a little bit of a leg up. And then people that are able to spend should be able to just save time and get more opportunities. Not like pay to win. And that's really, it isn't really pay to win right now. It's pay to have opportunities. So, all right, Cyber, take it easy. But they make it so that you can't even get the basic stuff right now without spending, and that's no bueno either. Also, that's why I do, yep, take care, Cyber. That's also why I do Calm before I do his S1, so that's that whole damage bonus, and it can just crush teams. This one will be pretty simple too. But yeah, I know Abe had requested I do a stream this weekend for the Jerry's. So it's like, why not? We'll do it for a little bit until I gotta go eat dinner. No res for you. That's not gonna do any damage. That's not gonna do any damage. That will. So I'm debating. Would you guys? I've got a couple of games that I've been really enjoying playing on my own, and like there's the Astroneer stuff. I mean, that got a kind of a lukewarm reception, but there is a game called Satisfactory. And it is here. So it's, if any of you guys are familiar with Factorio, it's kind of like a 3D first-person Factorio. Except it's actually more like Fortress Craft than anything. Fortress Craft 2, which I loved. I played the ever-loving crap out of. It's Fortress Craft 2 with a much better budget and a supporting team. Fortress Craft 2 was one guy, or Fortress Craft Evolved, whatever it was one guy, DJ Arcus, that was kind of doing all the development, and he did a good job. But it was somewhat limited, but Satisfactory has been a lot of fun. And it's an early access game. There's some coverage. Matter of fact, the same guy that I kind of was tapping some of his videos for Astroneer, he has a channel on it, so I was thinking of doing some streaming for that. That is a multiplayer game, so in the long run, that could be something where like I could put up a server and that kind of stuff. Well then, there you go. So maybe I'm gonna consider, like, what I'll probably do is one day of Dungeon Boss streaming, like on Wednesdays, and maybe one day of, what am I doing? One day of another game streaming. But I'm going to be putting together some videos if there's any interest, which it seems like there is. I'll put together some videos on kind of getting started and stuff. I'm really good up through. I haven't progressed past getting the space elevator up, but I haven't really started feeding the space elevator. So I mean, I'm good at the initial part of the game and stuff like that, but. So I will probably start chronicling that, and see how it goes. Now, for those types of games, since that's the type of thing you like to watch, Lazarus, how long, like, do you... I've been trying to keep the videos around 30-35 minutes. Would you watch slightly longer, or is that start getting too long, any longer than that, like 45 minutes? Dropped any Howya on the changes. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm assuming that was a spell check or autocorrect thing. Okay. I mean, I figure it might be simpler to make 45-minute hints about the changes. No. They don't tell us anything. Anything more than you would see in the summits or in chats or whatever. Like, we can ask questions and stuff like that, but... and I will talk to specific devs to get information. Like, the stuff the stuff about damage reduction and the damage calculations and all that. I ran all that stuff past a dev to make sure that I had it right. But yeah, I mean, they don't really tell us much more than anybody else. Now, the people that are in MFG, which is like their beta testing kind of group, which I'm not in there yet, they get additional information, but they're under a signed non-disclosure agreement, so they can't talk about it. So, yeah. I'm hoping, like, we've given them a bunch of feedback, a bunch of ideas. Like, I put together a PowerPoint and videos, like, explaining a bunch of different ideas around the VIP system. We've given them tons of feedback on resources and deals and the tokens and portals and all that stuff. I mean, we have no control over whether or not they pay any attention or implement any of it, which could be kind of frustrating, to be completely honest. So, like, I'm trying to help them make the better game. I'm trying to represent you guys, the community at large, my guild mates. I mean, I don't really play shooters that much. I tend to play more open, like, I'll play survival type games. Like, I'm a fan of Subsistence. I'm a fan of, I mean, take a look at my library. If you look at games that I play, hold on, I'll get you my Steam profile. You can kind of see the types of games that I do play. So that's my library. I tend to play more strategy, more open world survival, city management games. I love the city management, or like the tower defense games, that kind of stuff. Like more strategy, more cerebral type games than Twitch reflexes anymore. I used to play PlanetSide. Well, PlanetSide, the first PlanetSide, and I was really good at that. But on a Beast Jin Lei team, yes, I do. So you could, for a Beast Jin Lei team, you could do the following. Jabber, Bovis. There's my Bovis. There's my Bovis. Like Craw and Jin. I don't think my Craw is ruined. Or you could use Grognog, or you could use Solaris. My Grognog and Solaris are not ruined, but you could use Solaris with this team, and then Jin. I'm just going to throw in Furnace. Actually, I'm going to put... Well, he can be second. Hey, how's it going? But yeah, something along these lines. You could, like I said, replace Furnace with Solaris, and this is a good team. Jabber is ruined with 2 enabler runes, and then all offense, and you'll see why. Furnace has 3 festive runes, or 4 festive runes, so that he can do combustion round 1. Bovis is a little bit more defensive with enabler runes, and then Jin is hella offense. So yeah, Jabber is one of my new favorite heroes, which is kind of funny. So it doesn't matter that he's silenced because he's about to open up a can of whoop-ass. Jabber is swole. And Bovis is about to do the same thing. And you get the fear from Jabber. Urge and cleave. Nah, we'll just do a stampede. There you go. You could replace Solaris in there, but that team is a solid beast team. Or, like I said, you could put Grognog in there instead of Furnace as well. And you're not going to get the Solaris boost then, but or you could use Grognog instead of Bovis, but I think Bovis is a good choice for this. You could also put Lily in there instead and use her Oxidized Sap to get armor piercing against armored heroes. So, not a bad team either for a beast team. Now, what I really should do is instead of Furnace is I should put in my Jerry, which I'll do that next turn, and then we'll run this for a little bit. My Jerry tank, because it has the same ability, but it also has Foresight. Epic didn't proc. Damn, no Epics procking. What the heck? Or at least not on mine. Alright, so Dagrin is still out there, so we're not going to use Calm Before. That's no fun. Alright, as long as he survives. He got paralyzed. God damn it. Come on. Son of a bitch. 2 rounds in a row using that ability too. Freaking BS. And silenced for 2 rounds in a row. God damn it. Yeah, so I should have used my other Jerry, or my Jerry instead. I will do that going forward, or for this next term. Pornstar, nice. Pornstar is about to get bad things happening to him. Alright, man. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping out. It's today Mother's Day? I didn't even know that. Yeah, Ponty is scary. just so you guys know, I've got about 25 minutes, and then I will be calling it as well. I just figured that I wanted to show my face out here. Like I said, there's a request for some streaming with the Jerry team. I wanted to be here to answer questions and all that stuff. So since the event ends tomorrow, I think. Yeah. 80% chance to proc that damn thing. Hey, how's it going? My epic proc chance is like dookie. Ah, irritating. Three buffs. Come on, hit. Damn it. I was hoping to get rid of that haste. That's okay. This should kill two of them. Nope, at least it killed Lily. Hey, how's it going? Nice. So, yeah, you're asking about a beast team with Jin. That right there is a decent beast team with Jin. And like I said, this can be Furnace, this could be Solaris. I usually rune my Solaris very aggressively and with warrior runes, and it tends to work out pretty well. Sirloins. Looks like he's using a similar thing to my team, except he's using it in a different order. So let's see what taking my team against him does. Oh, so how's everybody's weekend been? Good? So his 3 fast Jerrys didn't manage to kill me. And now it's my turn. That's absolutely fine. Now 3 of his Jerrys have no energy. One of his Jerrys is dead. Mine's about to pop back up. So is my other one. No more energy for anybody. Good night. That was probably the most comprehensive and strong defense that I've faced with Jerry. That was a really solid defense. Sirloins, if you're out there, kudos. Matter of fact, let's see what guild he's in. That is a tough defense. Potato Society. Alright. Kozar is not very good. At least not right now. I mean, in the right circumstances, he's meh. But, let me... sirloins. Yeah. Anywho. Yeah, he's not very good. He relies on health, which is a crappy stat. He doesn't really have the attack that he needs, even with health and attack and everything like that, to really be successful. He's not very survivable. His abilities don't do anything great. I mean, one of them does, but it's his third one, and you shouldn't have to load up like Kozar with 4 festives or 5 festives to make it worthwhile. He's just really lackluster all the way around. And his synergies are Ogre and Goblin. So, I mean, you could maybe do a team of like Bramble, Jumbo, Lily, and Kozar. I don't know. I don't think it would be worthwhile. Oh yeah, everything has changed quite a bit. Some of it for the better. I mean, quite a bit for the better, in all honesty. Unfortunately, a good chunk for the worse, too, but we're trying to remedy that. Right now, the meta is wider than it ever has been. Like, you can use a wider range of heroes than you've ever been able to use in the entire term of the game. There's just so many good heroes now. And it's not like everybody's using Zen and Kozar teams or whatever the current train wreck thing was at the time. Like, there is no one team to rule them all right now. And that is very much the way I like it. But they've made it hard to advance. Like, unreasonably hard to advance, and unreasonably hard to maintain the resources you need to be competitive and stuff like that. So we're working on getting them to dial that back considerably. But they've done, like, these kind of events are, I mean, a lot of fun. I really enjoy them. And it's a nice change from the, like, just spamming quick looting dungeons and doing pure PvP stuff where it's just kind of boring, whatever. Like, this is at least a change of pace. Plus, they've added all sorts of new rune mechanics and redone their rune mechanics and things like that since you've been gone then about a year. I mean, that you missed kind of tank runes and some of the festive runes and that kind of stuff. Like, all sorts of new and interesting strategic opportunities with all of that. Optic trolls. This is for the event. I've been playing other stuff too, just for fun, but this team is so far beyond overpowered that, I mean, it's gross. I haven't lost a single battle with this team in over 2 days. And in the entire time I've played this team, I haven't lost a battle with it. Against absolutely anything that is put in front of me. So it is OP, for sure. Or maybe not specifically OP because it's available to anybody, but the combination of powers is very, 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 very strong. But I mean, I play other stuff too. I was just playing a beast team at somebody's request and kind of showing stuff off, but I'm just kind of hanging out to answer questions or show off like what's possible with the event and that kind of thing right now. And this one, I mean, I'm building points for my guild by going through doing this, so... Boom. So, let's see. Alright, since this team's a little bit... Jin is the only thing that I would change about Jin now. When it came out with this ability, it was very important that he had it. But since they nerfed Valken and Emily, their ability to not have the immunity to all debuffs, since they can be silenced, they should remove his first round ability and make it so that it respects, like, remove the ability to bypass immunity to silence or debuffs. That would be the only thing right now that I would change on Jin. No, I didn't. The Muffin Song isn't, like, they don't press about that. They don't care. At least not that I know of. I should potentially go take a look. But I don't believe I did. Where do I even find... I think I have to look at the stream and see. That spotlight mechanics. Where was my stream? I don't know. I don't believe I did. Agreed, and that's something that we're pushing against. The issue would be if they made tokens accessible, it would be fine. But tokens aren't accessible, so it's kind of like... Yeah. No, and that's a significant problem. I mean, it really is. Alright. So this... I hadn't even thought about a combination of Arya and Solaris. That is just dirty. Fortunately, one of my guys has the Dwarven ability. Hopefully it's this one. Alright. I can land this. which I of course cannot. Can I land this one? Yes. No. Yes. Alright. I was worried. Arya always scares me now. Got Arya and GT and Lily and Solaris. Although they wouldn't be able to do any damage. So maybe Arya, Ponti, Jin, and Solaris. Ooh. Ooh, that's gross. That right there is scary, guys. That's something to consider giving a try. Right. Yeah, I mean, and I always forget, because I don't tend to pay attention to when I'm attacking, but... Yeah, or Arya, or Dwarves or Hansuke. This is really pretty much the perfect team, too. Just the timing of everything lines up so well. I've only got one hero with the Dwarven, with Lead by Example, and it is, I think, the caster? No, the healer has it. So if the healer does a basic attack, everybody else does, too. That, the res ends up being perfectly timed for when he comes back around to his turn. He can res one person. The self-res coming up and then being able to res somebody else, like the synchrony of all of this, or the synchronicity of all of this is just sick. There are chats. Okay, so this team is a trap. This team is absolutely a trap. And my team will not fall into it. But if you see this configuration, this is a trap. You have to be prepared for what you're going to get into with this team. And let me explain why, because this was my defense for a little while. So, Furnace is technically first, Jin goes last. So there's Furnace here, Craw, Lily, with Taunt, and Jin. Furnace's first attack, so with the AI, he won't do his first ability because it requires steam to be built up. So by default, he will do his second ability. Except his second ability, the taunt, he will only do if nobody else is taunting. So Lily is taunting. So he will then do his third ability round 1. Which means 3 of your heroes round 1 are going to have 0 energy. That's the trap. Like, you come into this, and then all of a sudden, none of your powers are up, and it's not because of the silence. It's because you have no energy. So you can't just get all that energy back easily. I mean, with Jin, it helps and stuff like that, but very, very problematic. So you can do a couple of things to counter this. You can use Kai to clear the taunt, which means the taunt is no longer on Lily, which means Furnace will now taunt instead of doing his ability, the third ability. Or you can use Deadeye and target Lily and remove the taunt. or you can use Deadeye's Solar Shot on Furnace to stop him from doing an ability this turn. So you got a number of ways, or you can just like kill stuff faster, or take away his energy faster, which is what I will end up doing for this. But that is the danger of this defense. So be prepared. Furnace, Craw, Lily, and Jin. Craw is there to stop the silence so that you round one can do your thing. Another thing you can do to make that happen is to beat it is to swamp his Craw. So you take in, like, you take Jin, you take Ponty with the skin, you take Malice, and I mean you could take even a fourth if you wanted, like Furno. And you could actually like keep it so that he can't just get the silence, but it's less reliable. It's more of a gamble. Kai is your best option for this outside of Jerry's. So hopefully you guys will spot that if it comes up and know what you need to do to get past it. Now my Jerry's are all fast, so I'm not worried about it, but and I will make my Zen fast, or my Jin fast. And his Furnace will be dead before he gets a chance to do it anyways. So yeah, that's an easy way to stop it from happening. But Combustion, this ability that I'm about to use, is the thing that Furnace would use on my team. So, yeah. Love this ability, especially followed by this one. It's a 200% damage buff followed by, or a 300% damage buff for the Jerry's, followed by a 75% damage and defense debuff for Lily, or for the other team in general. And that's it. So, yeah. I'm going to do one more battle, and then I'm going to wrap up. I need to stretch my legs and eat some dinner and all that other stuff. So, I appreciate everybody coming out. I always like connecting with you guys. We have the greatest community out there. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I'll be doing probably some recording on Satisfactory, the game Satisfactory, later today. I will probably release the first one of those to post out tomorrow. We shall see how everything goes. And that's all she wrote. So thanks everybody for coming out. Do me a favor, hit that like button. It definitely helps the channel and all of that. We've been growing really steadily, surprisingly steadily. So I'd like to keep that up, and feel free to join us on the Discord. The link is at the is in the description on all the videos. And yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out. I don't ever have to wait very long for people to pop up. I start streaming, people show up, and that means a lot. It really does. Like, I appreciate not talking to dead air, and you guys coming out and keeping me company and all of that. I really appreciate it. So you guys are the best. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will talk to you soon.